I apologise to everyone first of all, this is my first time doing this. 14 years of pro cricket, tell us how it started.
Almost accidentally. I played the Cornwall 17s against Wiltshire, and there was a Gloucester scout or bowling coach watching one of their players who actually recently playing at Warwickshire with called Craig Mars. I bowled quite nicely, and I just got a tap on the shoulder at the end of the game saying, "Who do you play for in Cornwall?" And I gave him Pete Bond's contact details, and 5 days later I was playing for their academy.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, roll on 14 years, how's this summer been?
Different. I spent most of it on Gwilliam Beach. So, yeah, I had quite a big injury. I had surgery 9 weeks ago, I ruptured my pec, and that's kind of led to me in Warwickshire pine away. So, I'm now kind of at the crossroads where do I look to try and get back into cricket, do I look at other options? So, I'm in a fortunate place where I'm still being paid, so I can just explore other options. So, I've looked at talked to a friend in public health, I talked to a friend in an environmental agency, we've had a chat, but then at the same time I should still keep an eye out, and there's been a couple of teams that have been asking about me this week, so not sure what's next at the moment, but just trying to keep as many options open as possible.
That's a better answer than I thought it was. Outstanding. So just on that, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, boys and girls, be nice to Liam, because hopefully he might get involved with this a little bit this winter. Fingers crossed. So, past 14 years, give us the key highlights.
Winning the county championship is the big one. You know, it's why I chose to leave Gloucester to go to Warwickshire. I wanted to basically see if I was good enough to go to a test match ground and take wickets. And then luckily, within 2 years, we won the county championship. Then that stupidly long highlight package showed some of the wickets at the Bob Willis Trophy final, and then that led to a Lions score. So that kind of year is my biggest highlight of the night, I'd say. And then I had a nineer as well, which went quite nicely.
Superb. So I did spot a sneaky 100 in there as well.
Yeah, don't talk about
With some shots that were definitely born in Cornwall.
that. That's from the Reggie Creek Club, I mean.
Superb. Okay, so those are the biggest successes, and congratulations on the England Lions games and selection, but also the county championship. That's something that kind of people can never take away from you. Biggest challenges?
Just the injuries, you know. I've had more than my fair share. I've torn my hamstring bone twice, obviously like I said, one for my pec. Across the last 3 years, I had over 50 injections in my back, just to keep me playing, which frustratingly we then found out in January wasn't.
Sorry, that's sort of like 50.
Yeah, so generally we have about 4 or 5 at a time, but my physio's kind of up and over 50 across 2 years. And then frustratingly, that wasn't even a back issue. We found out in January I had a trapped nerve about here. We had it released, and touch wood, I've not had back pain since.
But the chest is no good.
Yes, I'm sorry. Well, I'm going to get to there now, which is better than last time I saw you. So, yeah, it's a work in progress for chest. You know, it's 9 weeks in surgery, so wait and see where we are in another way.
Okay, so let's go back to a positive again. So, being a professional cricketer for 14 years, what's the best bits about it?
Just the friendships you make and the memories you get, you know. Watching my former team Gloucester win the T20 last week, and lads I used to live with and grow up with, just those kind of memories and the friendships, and I cared more about them winning than me winning a trophy, if you know what I mean. And yeah, like the experiences you get, like going to Australia, I've got to go to New Zealand, been to UAE, been to South Africa, you don't get those without being in this kind of environment. So yeah, just the opportunities, the experiences, and definitely the friendships.
You love these answers, don't you? That's good. Okay. One thing I want to ask you is toughest opponent in the game.
An Australian bloke called Mark Cosgrove. Not many people in this room will probably know who he is, but he played for Glamorgan for a number of years, South Australia and then Leicester. And it's fair to say he's quite aggressive on the pitch, and him and Charlie Shrek may have given me a quite warm welcome to the crease once. I don't really know why yet, apart from Charlie kept muttering something about my roof. So yeah, but he was just someone I just could never get out. And then I think I played against him for 5 years before I finally got him out, and he's just someone who always sticks in my head. I've been lucky enough to play against your Joe Root, your Kane Williamsons, your Steve Smiths, but for some reason he's the one who always sticks in my head.
For those that don't know Charlie Shrek, okay, he did that to everyone. All right, that was what he did. He liked to have a go at players, especially ones from Cornwall. Talk us through, because I know some. I've had some feedback around when you were a pro. There were a couple of times you managed to play for the Cornwall senior team, and some of the feedback was about how professional you were around that environment and stuff. Talk to us about how kind of professional your approach was. What was your approach around kind of game days and stuff like that?
So I worked out quite early in my career. I had to give 100% in every game I played. Didn't matter whether it was club cricket, for Cornwall, for Gloucester, for Warwickshire. Some players are lucky they have gears. So someone like a John Archer has different gears. If I was 5 mile an hour, so county cricket, 10 mile an hour cricket, I'd be out. So some players are lucky they've got different gears. I realised early on I didn't have that. So my mindset for every game was you've got to go out there and act like you're playing for, so at the time when I played for Cornwall, it was act like you're playing for Gloucestershire, and luckily at that time I knew the rest of the team, so it's quite a nice environment to go into. But I just need to give 100% in every game I play, so even playing club cricket this year for Shrewsbury in an interesting standard league, I just had to go out there and just act like it was the biggest game I've got to play.
Okay, and what did that entail of you kind of taking it really seriously? What changed? Was it kind of preparation the night before, the morning?
Yeah, so that kind of evolved across my career. When I was younger, and a 21-year-old living in Bristol, I maybe didn't take it as seriously as I should have done. And then as I got older, it turned into almost a bit of a ritual, a routine. The food the night before, the prepping of the morning. We're very fortunate at Warwickshire we have a lot of money, also we've had, so I'm not there anymore. But so you'd have breakfast, everything laid on, you'd have everything you could possibly need, so you found yourself in a very professional routine. And I realised me taking that into club cricket or whatever cricket I was going into, if I kept my routine, I had a better chance of being successful. And that would be out on the pitch an hour and a half before, going through my kind of warm-up routine, which had a bit of Pilates, a bit of yoga in there, bowl a few balls, team warm-up, bit of football, and then I always had to do 3 balls of a full run over and around the wicket from both ends, just to make sure I was happy with the 13s, and that was kind of my way of prepping for a game.
Superb. Can you talk us a little bit about, because actually I know there's people here tonight who have perhaps been involved with coaching you when you were younger. Can you talk to us about when you were these guys' age, and what cricket was like for you then, in terms of, did you see it as a potential career? Like, what was cricket to you then, and how did you approach it, and how was the kind of county age group system for you?
Yeah, so I never saw it as a career. I was actually in and out of the age group quite a bit. Didn't get in 11s, got in 12s, didn't play much 13s. It was kind of just like that the whole way through. And so I never really saw it being my career, but I always saw it as an opportunity to just have fun. Like, my parents never really put a huge amount of pressure on me. They just said, if you enjoy it, great, go and do it. If you don't, there's no pressure for you to do it. So one year I chose not to go to Kings because, well, I was basically playing the fielder. So yeah, I think the biggest thing for me from the Cornwall age groups was just learning how to play cricket at a good level.
Okay, spot on, thank you. On the clips we saw there, we saw a lot of wickets that you got that were caught by slip fielders, etc. We've done fielding awards for our young guys here tonight. Tell us about the importance of your kind of teammates and fielders in particular.
Fielding is the biggest part of the game. Every county now I employ fielding coaches is getting bigger and bigger. People now we dropped and not picked on fieldings. So I didn't get picked in the T20 team 2 years ago because Although my bowling was strong enough, Milo's fielding was better than mine, so they went with Milo. So it's something now is becoming so big in the game that you will not get picked if your fielding's not good enough in T20. And my fielding's not bad. Like, I work hard at it, always have. I'm a big lad, I don't move that well, so I've got to work hard at it. But look, fielding's getting bigger and bigger. You've got to be athletic, you've got to be fit, you've got to be able to get around the field.
Spot on. And that brilliant, you've mentioned something there that I was going to move on to, which was different formats. So, what's your favourite format and why?
4-day cricket, just because of the slog of it. There's no feeling like walking off the end of the day 4 when you've just spent the whole day in the field in one game. That's the best thing.
It's interesting you say that, having been involved with the under-18s boys the last 2 or 3 years, where they now play 3-day cricket. Some of them have come out at the end of that going, 3-day cricket's my favourite format now. So that's interesting. Can you just spell out the kind of the challenges between the formats for you?
Yeah, so for me, the biggest challenge I found was red ball cricket is all about hitting the same area over and over and over again. You do that in T20 and you drive apart, quite simply. I didn't adapt quick enough to get a repertoire of slur balls and be able to be confident with my legs. Unfortunately, by the time I got there, other people got ahead of me, so I was always in and out of T20 teams. So I think the biggest thing for me is to anyone out there who's a bowler, nail your stop ball, but you've got to be able to have change-ups for white ball cricket and practice that as much as your stop ball.
Spot on, superb. Just because I know there's some keen girls and boys here, has anyone got any questions they desperately would like to ask? Anybody brave enough?
That's good, don't worry.
That's fine if it's not. And yes, go on, Ian. How did it feel playing for England Lions?
Yeah, look, it's something I've always wanted to do, it's something I aimed for, and it was a very strange period. We were in COVID. I spent 7 weeks in lockdown on a tour, and I got to spend the entire tour with the main England team. And as a bowler, I basically spent my 7 weeks with the England team, not the Lions team. And the experience in that I learned from that was amazing. Like, I improved as a cricketer just being around that group. So yeah, it's one of the highlights of my career.
Superb. Any others? No? Okay. We'll start to bring it to a close, but Liam, what would be your best advice for a lot of these guys?
Just enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then you're never going to get the best out of yourself. I learned a long time ago by being dropped when I was 21 because I kept getting too wound up myself and my performances were suffering. If I didn't enjoy it, I'm never going to be able to be a successful professional cricketer. And luckily at my level we get sites and stuff like that. But the biggest thing for any of you is just enjoy it. Your best cricket will come when you enjoy it.
Very good. I think everyone would agree that 14 years playing professional cricket is quite a